How's it going, guys? It's Ralph here from Beyond the Hodl. Welcome to our weekly altcoin forecast. As always, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, just to quickly recap what we think that one's doing. And then we're going to take a look at Ethereum, and if we have some time, we'll take a look at some other altcoins. So let's get started. Okay, guys, so to get started with Bitcoin, if you guys saw the video from yesterday, feel free to skip over this part. I'm just going to be recapping very quickly what I said yesterday. And the idea was, we talked about last week, that we wanted to see Bitcoin go above this red zone right here. So let's go to a daily chart. And you see right here, we try to peek our head below this $30,000 level. We did hit low 29,000s, I believe. And then you see this daily candle quickly went straight up and closed above this red zone. Now, we did say that when we saw prices go above this red zone, that would make us short-term bullish, and we would want to think about buying altcoins, finding some entries in those coins instead of Bitcoin, because we don't want to try to buy Bitcoin unless Bitcoin is long-term bullish. The reason why we would buy altcoins in the first place is because we'd be trying to identify which coins are long-term bullish as Bitcoin is short-term bullish. That's the key right there. If we think that the altcoin is a short-term bullish, we really don't want to spend time with that because we're not short-term traders. If you're a short-term trader or swing or intraday trader, then go ahead. You could have traded this Bitcoin up move, and you could have traded some other altcoins, whether they were long-term bullish or not. And that's a very important distinction you guys have to make. The second part that we're looking at here in Bitcoin, the second out of three parts, is that we're now above the quarterly open. That's super important because it definitely suggests that we're starting to see some real strength, and that this candle is going to go ahead and close bullish. And then the third and final part is that we're going back above this purple zone. That's my monthly resistance. So that is very key, and I want to see how this monthly candle is going to close in relationship to this right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about our altcoins. Okay, guys, so something that has helped me a lot while trading altcoins, and I think I did not so good of a job at explaining it last week when I tried to introduce the idea, and that thing that has helped me a lot is understanding when the altcoin is going to outperform Bitcoin. Now, you can do that by looking at, let's just say, you're looking at Ethereum, and you're wondering if Ethereum is going to be a good buy, or at least better than Bitcoin, right? And then in that case, you want to look at ETH BTC. Same thing for, XRP. You look at XRP BTC, because the idea is, or at least my idea is always, I'm either going to buy Bitcoin or I'm going to buy an altcoin that's outperforming Bitcoin. Now, usually you guys see me try to find an altcoin that outperforms Bitcoin. Bitcoin and I have this love and hate relationship where I don't really buy it too much because I believe I can always find a better deal in some altcoin. It just depends how risk averse I want to be, or how much, or what the market environment looks like. But anyways, so when I was trying to explain this index last time, I called it the altcoin index, but that wasn't exactly right. So I talked about this index, total 2, and I called it the altcoin index. But that's not right, because the altcoin index is this one right here, literally the word total 2. And when you look at this index, this is just every single altcoin. Now, when I look at it this way, it's every single altcoin against Bitcoin. So I'm literally, imagine if I was looking at ETH BTC, this is like looking at that, but for the entire market. Right? So right now, what this tells me is that the entire market is underperforming Bitcoin, and it's going to continue to underperform Bitcoin. Why can I say that? Very simply, using S&P/DT, because we're below the quarterly open. You see right here, so we were 3 weeks ago, we went below it, and from 3 weeks ago till today, I should have known that every single altcoin was going to underperform Bitcoin in the upside, and it was going to lose more than Bitcoin when Bitcoin falls. See, that's very important to understand, right? So if prices of Bitcoin fall, and you're looking at the index this way, so total 2 divided by Bitcoin USDT, okay, that means you're looking at it against Bitcoin. So when you're looking at it against Bitcoin, if Bitcoin falls and prices rally in this index here, then that means that the average altcoin is going to lose less than Bitcoin. You see that? It's going to lose less money, less downside. And like I just mentioned, when Bitcoin falls, and this falls as well, like it is doing right now, that means that altcoins are going to fall harder. If Bitcoin rallies and this falls, that means they're going to move higher less, right? They're going to underperform Bitcoin. And of course, the last scenario would be Bitcoin rallies and this index rallies like it did here. So ever since the beginning of the year, you should have known that you wanted to buy every single altcoin against Bitcoin, right? So you'd rather trade the altcoins, not Bitcoin. And they outperform Bitcoin. So that's what this is telling you. It outperformed Bitcoin by an average of 300 and, let's see, by 327%. So that's how you want to read this. And again, we can do the same thing with DeFi. So that's a really good. I know the DeFi space is a really good, and it's said to be the future, right, of decentralized finance. So I like to take a look at DeFi, not just the index, right? Which again, we can see that the average DeFi coin is below their quarterly open. But I like to look at them against Bitcoin, because every time I'm going to take a trade, my only question is, do I want to buy Bitcoin or do I want to buy an altcoin? That's it. Because again, if your altcoin is not outperforming Bitcoin, then what's the point? You always want to be in the best trade. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there very, very quickly for you guys so you could really understand. Again, I think I did a poor job at explaining that, but I am going to refer this. I'm going to refer to this as the BTC index, and I hope that's not confusing for you. But the reason why I call it the BTC index, or sometimes I call it the BTC cross index, is because that's exactly what it is. If I look at ETH BTC, this should be below the quarterly open, and look at that, right? It's below the quarterly open. And why does that make sense? Because it already told me that the average coin against Bitcoin, so the cross pair ETH BTC, should be below it. So if I go to XRP BTC, this one should also be below it. Look at that, and so on, right? So then I would call this the DeFi index. So I understand it's not the actual DeFi index, it's the DeFi cross index, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. So yeah, if you ever refer me to this as a Bitcoin index or Bitcoin cross index, is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the BTC dominance or anything like that. Okay, so let's move on then. Okay guys, so now that we have explained that, and again, sorry that I didn't do such a good job at explaining that last week, and now you have to hear about it over again. I guess you can just think of it as a nice refresher. Let's move on and talk about Ethereum. So total 2, again, divided by BTC USDT. This is how you do it. Press enter. Again, we already know that we actually don't even want to buy altcoins right now. And that's actually one of the reasons why, even though I went above my, I'm not sure why this is purple, but even though I went above my red zone right here, I just wasn't interested in buying anything. You see this right here? So as Bitcoin was going above a short-term level, right? So this is what made it short-term bullish. Notice what happened here. It was a swing high, swing low, premium. You were below the quarterly open. This told me it was likely going to drop. It sure enough did. And that meant that altcoins were going to get outperformed by Bitcoin by about 9, or again, I didn't know how far it was going to fall, but now we can see that Bitcoin outperformed the alts on average by 9%. Now, is there that 1 or 2 altcoin that ended up outperforming Bitcoin? Of course, there's always going to be, that's what I said, there's always going to be 1 or 2, but on average, most altcoins, if you were to just close your eyes and choose, they all underperformed Bitcoin. So that's why I chose to not take any trades. And also, I was wanting to wait for the month end, so there was only a couple more days left. Now there's only 4 days, and that was it turned out to be pretty nice. Now again, the market did move higher, just the altcoins were held down by Bitcoin's strength. And again, we're sitting right here in this purple zone, so that'll be interesting as the month closes. But taking a look at Ethereum here, I'm not interested in what I'm seeing right now. Again, we went below the quarterly open, as I've been mentioning, and that's the level that we need to see. So we're above the yearly. That's perfect. And for me to buy next month, I want to be above this quarterly. And remember, guys, if that doesn't happen, I mean, we could definitely see selling pressure all the way back down to these levels right around here. So I don't know where we used to have a, oh, you know what? I know where it is. It's in this one. And nope. Okay. So, oh, okay. That's the wrong Ethereum. So we got the Coinbase one. There it is. So this is where we usually, in this windows that we usually look at our Ethereum. I was wondering why I couldn't find all my levels, and there they are. So we had this orange zone right here, and you can see that we're still using it as resistance as we're hitting this quarterly open. So I'll make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see it. And remember, this is when they added shorts a few weeks back, and that's still being used as resistance. So again, not much to talk about. I'm going to save you guys the trouble and the painfulness of going through any other altcoins. Actually, the one that I did like, and again, remember, there's nothing going on here yet. We want to see it go above this level. If it doesn't go above this level, we're not interested in trading it, because there's always the possibility that it falls down, you know, down to that level, that zone right there. But the really cool one that I liked was our dot. So let's see. Okay, yeah, there you go. This is the template that we did have the levels marked out at, and you see yet again, swing high, swing low. This could just be a sell right into the premium of that range, and because you're below the quarterly open, it almost sounds like it should be, right? And look at this. I mean, we just barely missed $10. I think the low was 1030. Yeah, 1037, and we called that all the way back here. So that's pretty nice. We saved ourselves almost 40%. Almost 40% there. Sorry, I got the hiccups like always. But yeah, guys, there you have it. I mean, again, the main point of this video was to fix the problem, or the mess that I made in the last video when it came to the altcoins. But as you can see, it's really simple. You look at the indexes and you look at Bitcoin, and then you say, do I want to buy Bitcoin, or does the index tell me it's the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin? If they say yes, then you find, okay, do I want to make that a DeFi coin, or do I want to make it just a regular altcoin? And then now you can start to look at each individual coin when you get the right scenario. And that is exactly how you guys should be trading. So until next week, guys, I'll see you Monday. Make sure you check back to our Twitter. Saturday, as always, I'll be posting the asset manager positioning. And it's super important this week, because after such a big rally on Bitcoin, this rally right here, remember the last positioning we got was right there on the 20th. We definitely want to see what the smart money did during this day right here, right? So with that being said, I'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And I'll see you guys soon.